You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina. Woo. This is a podcast that takes a look at
She didn't stop.
This is a podcast.
I know. It's like, I'm not Scotty. I'm doing it a little different.
Right, you're fine. You're in charge.
I'm just saying. I mean, we can go woo.
No.
All right.
No, I wooed in there. You just keep going.
This is a podcast that takes a look at our favorite cult films. That's me today. Introduces them to someone who hasn't seen them.
Hello.
That would be Scotty. And pairs them with a great alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, that's me today. It's going to be on fire.
It's all kinds of whimsical today.
It is.
I
It's
know,
super
we're
fantastic.
Like being crazy.
It's kind of whimsical.
And then we talk about the movie. This week we watched the 2019 action comedy Guns AKimbo. I'm your Facilitator of Fun and Lady of Libations, Stephanie, and I'm joined by...
Your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty.
Justina, the Jellicle Jester.
She who knows no movies.
You guys are getting real
Except
good
for
at that.
this one.
Yeah, I
She's
knew this
seen
one.
Well, I mean, I knew this movie. I just hadn't seen it.
Right. All right, Scotty, so if you will tell our listeners where all the other wonderful places they could find us and also what else is going on with the Scotty White Company.
All right, so you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/cultmoviecantina. You can find everything pretty much at scottywhite.com. We have maybe a convention in July that we're going to. Huntsville Pop Expo, we're still scheduled for that. It's still scheduled to happen, so
cool.
they're confident, and so I'm with their confidence if they're confident. And then Muscle Shoals is in August, and so we'll be doing that as well. So you'll be seeing us there.
Awesome. And what about your comic?
Oh yeah, so I have a comic, Chronicles of Limbo. Go to chroniclesoflimbo.com, all one word, and subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. It's about a 300-year-old half vampire and her cosmically powered toddler and the shenanigans they get into.
Awesome.
Toddlers are hard enough, man.
I know.
You had to go and give it cosmic powers,
Right,
Scotty.
because that's a
Like you're
niche.
like, I like watching other people with toddlers. What if they had powers?
Exactly.
What if they had powers?
Actually, it came out of a Star Wars discussion.
Really?
Yeah, real quick. So you going back to our show, Scotty and Justina watch ...
Yes.
And we talked about Padawans and they're little kids learning to be Jedis. So when they're younglings before they're Padawans, they find them when they're babies. Like Jedi goes like, that baby has force powers. We're gonna go teach it to be a Jedi.
Which is why Anakin is so shocking because he's older, right?
That's why the big deal for that. But
anybody proud right now?
I am
I'm
extremely proud.
Thanks.
But my thought was, I know 2-year-olds, man. Imagine a 2-year-old with the Force.
I've
Right.
had 2-year-olds. Like
Just like I've had them,
For a
found
while.
them at the
Right.
park, took them.
you don't want them to have superpowers.
Right. I mean, you both have had children. And so it's like,
Can y'all imagine?
I want
Callie
a
with
cookie,
powers?
and then they can force choke you.
I mean, it's literally a superpower when they learn to use the potty.
right?
And when they learn how to use manipulation, that's their superpower. Like, I'm thirsty, I want to eat, I'm sad, I'm gonna cry until I get the thing that I want. You're like, oh. And they use the Force at the same time.
So I thought about that, and that's how Mom got powers.
That's pretty cool.
Good to know.
All right.
Yep.
So,
That ties into our movie.
yeah. So, like I said, this week we watched the 2019 film Guns AKimbo, which is an action comedy.
From New Zealand.
From New Zealand, the land of everything green and hunky men. And TV shows that have naked people.
I have so many questions.
I have so many questions too.
No, like Spartacus.
I haven't seen that. Have you seen that, Scotty?
No.
Oh, you are really committing to the role today.
All right, so I saw the first episode, and one of my pet peeves about production is when they'll do blood splatters on the camera.
Oh.
I hate that effect, and it will take me like, I'm done, out.
See, and I'm the opposite. I love gratuitous blood splatters everywhere, even though it's very fake looking.
I don't mind the blood. It's just like...
Don't hit the camera because
Right.
the camera, it's like you're watching it. It
Right.
wouldn't hit you.
Right.
I could hit you in the face.
Right, it's like...
I love it.
The camera's not supposed to be there,
There's
that kind of
lots
stuff.
of pretty naked people in the series, so I'm just
Stephanie's
saying.
all pro naked
Violence
people.
and nudity.
Okay.
Her two favorite things.
At the
know.
same time, though?
Yeah. And
Violence, nudity, and sex all at the same time.
sex. Yeah. That did happen.
Yeah.
I mean, sex without nudity is possible. It's just not as fun.
It's possible. It is.
It's just not nearly as fun.
It's not. No. You need the bodies to touch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And then you're lifting things and moving things, and
That's why I just wear dresses.
right. So just
There
no.
you go.
That's why I wear dresses too.
Well, anywho, you have worn dresses.
I have.
dressed him in those dresses.
She has.
So this was directed by Jason Lee Howden, who also wrote a movie that I did not watch called Deathgasm.
Yeah, this last one.
Which seems really interesting.
That reminds me of
But
Deathbed,
before
the bed
that,
that
he
eats.
was into visual effects. That's kind of what he did. So
He worked on Avengers, didn't he?
he,
I remember
he
correct.
did the Wolverine. I know he did War for the Planet of the Apes, Legion, the TV series, all the Hobbit movies, Gods of Egypt.
Oh, he's a Weta guy. All right.
Yeah, so he's a big
Makes sense, he's in
visual
New
effects
Zealand.
dude. So.
Okay.
So there's that. It's starring Daniel Radcliffe. He
Harry
plays
Potter.
Miles.
Harry
Potter.
He's definitely in a much different role in this than Harry Potter.
Well, I am so proud of him for breaking the Harry Potter mold. Like, he immediately...
we talking about that play he did? Because there's no better way to do it than to get
That's what
naked
I'm
on stage
saying.
with a
I'm gonna be
horse.
naked.
Equus. Yeah.
But,
And-
Just really set yourself
No,
apart. But
get-
yeah, I agree
But
too.
he's working. I mean, he's worked really hard on separating himself. I enjoy him on the TV show Miracle
heard about that?
Workers.
Yeah.
So, any of you watch Miracle Workers?
I have not.
It's wonderful. It's hilarious, and Daniel Radcliffe is
Well,
hilarious.
he's
Really?
got that luxury of making the money doing the child star thing, where he's like, I'm financially stable to do whatever I want,
Yeah.
and so
So does silly stuff.
whatever he
stuff
wants.
He likes.
Yeah.
He likes.
And
weird
he's done
stuff.
a collection of he's on a horror film and then he did this action film.
Right.
Like he has done a bunch
done
of
a lot of
stuff,
random
horns
things.
and-
For instance, the reason why he agreed to do the film is when he read the script and got to the point where, spoiler alert, he had to figure out how to pee with the guns bolted onto his head. He loved it and said, "I'm in." So that's the kind of sense of humor.
I
he
was
has.
horrified.
And anyway, stars Daniel Radcliffe, Samara Weaving, who plays Nyx. I am not as familiar with her.
Me neither.
So, Mark Rowley as Dane. He is in a TV show that I watch called The Last Kingdom, which is really good. Rise Darby. He plays, was it Benjamin or, oh, what is his name on there? I can't read my handwriting.
Stephanie kicked it old school for this
Right.
one and
So-
hand wrote everything.
You
It was
know,
just fantastic.
I lost the cord to my computer, and I
We'll
forgot
call
to
him
order
Benjamin.
one,
If they
so-
want to look it up, they can. They can correct
so
us.
I'm totally doing that. I had to write.
I'd be jamming.
Glenn Jammin.
Glenn Jammin.
Glenn Jammin.
Glenn Jammin.
Anyway, he's like a voice actor. Does a lot of stuff. Look him up. And Ned Dennehy, who plays Richter. He's been in several things like Outlander, Peaky Blinders, Good Omens.
I heard Peaky Blinders is supposed to be good.
Peaky Blinders is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I have no idea what it's about, but I've heard it's supposed to be good.
It's good.
Cool.
It's good. Natasha Lou Bordizzo, who plays Nova. So she's in the TV show The Society, and she was also, I believe, one of the dancers or freaks in Greatest Showman.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So there you go.
I have to relook at it.
That's the people, and we will now watch the trailer.
Hey, I'm Miles.
Watch it, asshole.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a hero. But instead, I grew up to be a nobody.
Another schism.
Schism picked random weirdos and made them fight to the death. And the internet loved it.
Nyx wins.
Yeah, Nick. I love you.
Coming. I think you have the wrong opinion. Whoa, who are you? Look, this is gonna sound really fucking weird, but can you help me? I have guns bolted to my hands.
Yeah, you're right. That does sound pretty fucking weird.
You have 24 hours to kill Nyx. Fail, you die. Leave the city, you die. What the fuck is Nyx?
It's showtime.
anything to do with this.
These guys came to my house last night. They're making me fight.
But I have a plan.
Go on.
You can stop trying to kill me.
And kill Schism. You in?
No. Here's what we'll do. Relax and stop running!
Mistakes were made.
10 million viewers. You have made history.
I never wanted any of this. Fuck! It's over.
It's not over till I say it's over.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. You'll just end up blowing your damn face off. Then you'll still be depressed. Even more depressed, probably, because of your fucked up face.
What a trailer.
You're
Isn't it
doing
awesome?
so well. That was such a great segue.
Wasn't that?
It
It's
was.
good. It's good.
This is when it gets interesting because I didn't have time to write all this, so we're going straight from Wikipedia for the sermon. Taking a pause for like commentary.
All right, I'm about to say,
because-
are we
I
going
mean, you've
to...
done it before.
No, I just want to make sure we can pause in our commentary.
Oh, we're
Okay.
I'm not going to go through all
She's
this.
like, no,
in
you
one
sit and
fell
listen to
swoop.
the whole thing, Scotty. We'll
Sometimes
talk
we
at
do
the
that.
end.
Sometimes we do that.
I know
It's
it
like,
stresses me
sometimes
out.
Don't
you
say
have to-
anything until I'm fun.
No, sometimes y'all just like
This-
either on your phone or doing something like you think you're listening while I'm reading.
This movie is so fun that we have to pause for commentary.
I'm with it.
We can't just, go through this. But we are going to start with the sermon. Are we ready?
Preach it.
All right. Brothers and sisters.
Oh, you can do better than that.
No, I'm Catholic. I was like,
I stand corrected.
we're actually kind of quiet people in the
Just
church.
like,
I mean,
and peace be with you.
And with you. And with you.
so there you go. In an alternate near future, an underground fight club and a criminal organization known as Schism achieved
It's a
massive
terrible name.
popularity by live
I
streaming.
like schism.
Schism.
Schism is a cool word.
Sounds like
But-
scrotum.
My first child I
Scrotum?
will name Schism.
This is why you're not
Kinda
allowed to
sounds
have
like
children
jism.
anymore. It sounds like
Wait, wait, wait,
scrotum and
hold on.
jism made a
Hold
word.
on. Whoa. Anymore? Not have children?
No, I said this is why you're not allowed to have children anymore. Like you could have before, but now
I
you're
know.
not.
I thought
My
like
question
I had
is why
children.
aren't you fixed yet?
Oh, me?
Her.
Oh,
Me?
You.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not really an issue now, but at the time that I had my third child, I wanted to have another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying weird.
and then she had the third one. She's like, no, I don't know.
I was like, well, because I want a fourth one. And then she came out and then got a personality. And I was like, oh, God, I can't do this again.
There you go.
Because Callie's the kid that
She does have a
ended it.
personality. She does
Callie
have.
ended it all for everybody else.
Callie
Anyway.
did.
Hilarious.
All right.
Continue.
All right. Schism achieved massive popularity by live streaming real death matches between criminals and psychos. That's a good way to get rid of the criminal element.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So there's this ordinary computer programmer, Miles Lee Harris, who's a big nerd, who gets his kicks by trolling online trolls, logs. Let's talk about this for a minute.
Sure.
He is pretty much nothing at work. And
Oh, yeah.
his boss treats him
Like-
like shit.
Terrible.
So let's
His-
talk about why he gets his kicks.
His boss seems like one of those guys one of those bros who just like has daddy internet money.
I like that you said bros because, yes, he
he's
is
a
a
bro.
bro.
He's a bro.
bro.
He
What's up,
says
bro?
to-
Bro, what's up? What's
Bro.
up? I
can't stand the boss.
I kind of do want to fire someone that way though. So he gives Miles a birthday card to sign, and going away card, and it's a going away card.
It's a going away card.
And it's like for him to sign. He goes, well, why no one else has to sign this? Because it's for you. It's just basically flipping him off, telling him he's fired. It's great.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just joking. I'm just joking."
But if you ever come in late again, I'm gonna kick your ass.
The dude is a dick. So because of his shitty life, he gets his kicks by trolling online trolls. And so he logs into Schism's forum to insult viewers who turn murder into entertainment. Said people didn't find it amusing.
Oh, of course not.
So Richter, the criminal kingpin and psychopath who runs Schism, breaks into Miles's apartment with his henchmen Dane, Effie, and Fuckface, which I love that name.
Is Fuckface the donkey guy?
Fuckface is the blonde dude. Or the young one, the young guy.
Not the guy with the beard.
I have to go.
I don't remember. I just remember he had henchmen and they were in the dark a lot.
He's played by a Norse actor.
I don't remember a blonde dude. I just watched this like 12 hours ago.
I did not.
I don't know. Anyway, after being beaten and drugged, Miles wakes up to find guns bloodily bolted onto both of his hands.
God, that's gotta hurt.
Which is kind of badass.
So before I go on to the next, let's talk about how, number one, it's horrifying that you have, but it's funny watching him getting up, trying to get dressed, putting on these big ass slippers.
Yeah, his outfit's amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna put this out here. We have mentioned Daniel Radcliffe's whatever.
Radcliffe's.
Danny's
Danny boy.
Danny
boy.
I'm trying to put this down.
His no zone.
His penis.
So did we see Harry's wand, or was that a fake wand? In the I have to pee scene.
That was Harry's wand, and if you follow Harry, you've seen his wand before because there's all kinds of pictures of Harry's wand all over the internet from when he did
Equus.
Equus.
Yeah, he was in Equus, right?
So he has no problem showing his wand.
Right, but I was making sure that wasn't like,
a pretend wand.
Right, because I'm going to be like, not bad wand,
No, he has.
Having my own wand, I was kind of impressed with...
Being married to a guy who's not very tall, short guys have impressive wands.
Because,
I'm just saying.
I thought, is that what you get in Gryffindor? I might change houses.
I'm just saying that if God does not bless you with height, he blesses
Point
you
one for Gryffindor.
Right?
What's happening right now is amazing.
We have Thomas in the background. He's just dying.
10 points Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Mr. Potter, will you do this problem on the board? No, I'll just take the 0.
Lord. So anyway,
wand.
Miles learns that he's been forced to participate in Schism by being pitted against Nick.
Seriously, do you think that was his wand?
Yes, that was his damn wand.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have proof? Can confirm. All right, his wand. I just want to make sure it wasn't like a Marky Mark situation from like Boogie Nights.
No,
because that was not his wand.
Daniel Radcliffe does not have problems showing his wand, and I've seen said wand before. That was his wand.
I never searched Harry Potter's wand.
I did.
I have never searched Harry Potter's wand either.
I'm not going to lie.
I did look at Harry Potter's wand.
Immediately after Equus, I purposely searched Harry Potter's wand. I'm not going to lie.
I'm surprised you didn't pause the movie and was like, I'm just going to double check.
Dude, I like... Okay. I've seen wands before.
So I'm the kind of person when stuff like that...
I've seen his before, so I was like, oh, okay, there it is again.
But when stuff like that pops up in movies, like I'm so respectful of other people, I look away.
Are you serious?
Yes. Like it comes up and I'm like, oh gosh.
Oh, look, wand.
Oh gosh. I do every time.
I purposely watch shows.
Because I feel like I'm trying to respect their privacy. So I'm like, oh, no, look. Like if I walked around the corner and there was this dude trying to pee, I would go, oh,
privacy if they're purposely putting their wand on the screen.
I'm just saying, that's who I am. So I didn't look at it even long enough to know what size it is or how it looked in detail.
Have you seen Rome?
Curves.
I have not seen Rome.
You need to watch.
I did see that scene you told me
right,
about.
right.
You sent me that scene.
And I will not put this in the show notes because but you can look this up. There's a show called Rome that aired about 10 years ago on HBO, and it's about Roman life and whatever. And so this lady's trying to impress this other lady, and she gives her a slave, and he is well endowed, and they've put bows and things on his wand.
It's pretty cute.
And then they were like, "We need to spruce this wand," and it's like, but it's a large wand. I was like, I didn't know they made them in that size.
They do make them in that size.
They make them in all kinds of sizes.
Premiere.
All right, we're never going to get through this if we keep talking about wands.
Sorry.
I'm not going to drink a White Claw.
It's okay.
I'll drink a Premier Corona.
Are you paying attention?
Yes. It is funny. He asked if I wanted a Premier Corona. I was like, yes.
Now I know how
watch.
Scotty feels. We're kind of like herding cats, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
I still pay attention, but you just can't tell.
All right. So he's pitted against Nyx, the game's deadliest and craziest killer, who wants out, but not until after her last opponent, Miles. So Nix tracks down Miles, who tries to explain his unwanted predicament, but Nix merely shoots up his apartment. Miles escapes outside after unsuccessfully attempting to recruit help from the police, which was a hilarious scene.
More importantly, if you're a person, guns bolted to your hands, looking like a psychopath, you just run up. Would you just run up to a cop, like rationally thinking? Would you go, "Help me"? And
I mean, I don't know, because they're bolted to his hands.
I would have been terrified that I would have looked like a bad person.
Well, I mean,
and he did, and then he had to run away.
He did. Miles does make it to the park for a rendezvous with his artist ex-girlfriend, Nova Alexander, who tells Miles she doesn't want to get back together.
All right, real quick about Nova. I just want to say I love Nova's hair.
Nova has cool hair.
I kind of want to do my hair that way.
Do it.
Nova has really cool hair. I'm not going to lie.
She has bitchin' hair. I like the hair.
Not gonna lie, I know her hair was neat. I don't remember what it looks like.
It's kind of like
I remembered liking it,
like
but I don't remember what it
It's kind of like a
looks.
sunset.
Yeah, it's got the reds and
red and
oranges.
it's kind of layers.
Oh, that's right.
It's very pretty.
We could do that to mine. We've already gotten it down to where we can just get the color one part.
There you go.
We're learning.
It'd be awesome. So she tells Miles that she doesn't want to get back together. And
That's
when
sad.
Miles reveals
Having
what
a shit
has
day.
happened to him, Nova flees in fright. Well, duh. She reports to the situation to Detective DeGraves. DeGraves and his partner Stanton hack Nova's phone so they can track Miles. Miles does get some temporary help from a vagrant named Glenn Jammin.
I love the vagrant.
I love this scene where he's trying to get dressed and he ends up getting help from a homeless dude.
A homeless dude is one of my favorite people in this whole movie. I think he is my favorite
He's
person
probably
in
my
this
favorite
whole
character, too.
movie.
Yeah. I like because he makes this whole speech about, why he's homeless, and it was like, well, because Miles wants to know if he knows anything about GPS tracking, and it was like, well, you probably
just
don't.
assuming
You just
because
assume
I'm homeless.
I don't know anything about GPS tracking. Well, maybe I'm one of those internet billionaires who after the bubble had fallen. Oh, no, I just like crack.
The dude was great.
It was awesome.
Such a good actor.
We're so close to the part that I want to talk about.
We're getting there.
Oh, do you know what it is?
Not.
I'm excited for us. I'll let you know.
All right.
Continue.
All right. So Miles, after getting assistance from Glenn Jammin, Miles then goes to the office.
Do you want me to dress you?
Yeah, right.
Feed you? You want to wipe your ass next? Well,
Okay, so we've already skipped the part I want to talk about, so I have to stop you.
Okay.
You skipped it. You started talking about the office.
Okay.
This dude ate a hot dog from the ground.
Oh, he did.
And
So,
ate-
well, that was a vagrant situation.
This is one of those like where he says about, you got any food? He's like, I have this hot dog. So he was like, with his little gun hands trying to pick it up. He's like, he's like, I already dressed you. You want me to feed you? He's like, it's fine. I got it. So he picks it up, goes to eat it, drops it on top of a condom.
No, near a condom.
Near a condom.
It was so close. It might as well have been on top. Okay.
No, near.
That is not social
No.
distancing. But there's like a condom right there. Homeless guy gave him a hot dog. He's like, it's fine. And then eats it. And he's like, it's been there for 8 months. I'm just glad to get rid of it. Swallows it.
I'm assuming
I would have quit right there.
that that you have never been so drunk that you have not eaten random food off the floor.
From a homeless person that falls next to a condom?
No, when I say random food off the floor or off the table or off of other people's plates because you were so shit faced.
I don't know. I've gotten pretty drunk before. Did I? Did I? She would know.
I'm just saying, my immune system is amazing because I have done those things.
Oh my gosh. I did drink that blue drink.
You did drink a blue drink. Oh my God. And there's no telling how long that had been sitting on the table.
Okay, I take that back.
So
it wasn't a condom.
So
But
here we
not
go.
8 months.
So here's the thing.
Listen.
So here's Justina judging somebody eating a hot dog off
It
the
didn't
floor.
fall next to a condom.
So we were
That
at
I
a
know.
bar,
so
and she was,
are you're just upset that it fell near a condom?
Well, first of all, it's a hot dog, and those are disgusting.
No,
but then it fell near a
Let's
condom.
go back and talk about this a second.
Yeah,
We were at a bar. This is at Pensacon, and
Not last
we
year,
were-
this year, but the year before.
It was a couple years ago.
I got real drunk.
We were so lit. Well, we were all pretty lit, but Justina was extremely drunk.
I was
I'm
living my
talking extremely
best
drunk.
life.
She was living her
And
best
we
life.
were drinking, and we were getting ready to leave, and she sees a random drink on a random table that did not belong to
There
us
was
or
nobody
her.
around it.
The
This
drink
bar
had
was
been
almost
sitting there for
Ghost.
ever. There's no telling
She doesn't
what
know.
the
It
hell
could
is
have
in
been
it.
put there like 5 minutes
And she
prior.
goes, "Oh, we can't leave until I drink
It
this."
smelled so good.
So she
it
drank
was like
an entire
milky.
blue drink off a stranger's table. It was it. That has no.
It
So it was
smelled
at
like a date
Pensacon,
break drug.
and it was this bar. There was the
It
Star
coulda
Wars
had Drano
themed bar,
in
wasn't it? So it was a Star Wars themed bar.
It was the Bantha milk, is
And
what it was.
We went up and smelled it, and it smelled amazing.
It
So we
was
were
the
just
Bantha.
sitting there, and it was in this beautiful glass. It was so pretty.
Did you
And I
take
just
the
looked
glass?
at it, and I was like, I can't leave it. It's a perfectly good drink.
Did you take the glass?
I did not. I should
Stephanie-
have.
Stephanie
I'm the
would-
one that ferrets.
Yes, Stephanie would have drank it, then taken the glass.
She would have been like, "You drink it. I want the glass."
That's it.
Why didn't we do that?
Because
Follow-up.
Because the glass was not special, my
It
friend.
was good.
It was
In
a
the
perfectly
moment, I feel
fine
like it
glass,
was delicious.
But the glass itself was not special.
But
It
I
was
did
a Collins
do that.
glass. It was a typical Collins glass. So don't be hating on poor Miles. for
It
eating that
wasn't
hot
an
dog.
8-month-old hot dog from a homeless person that I dropped next to a condom and then used rusty guns to put in my mouth. Okay. Why didn't he just like lean down and get it off the ground at that point? Like, why did he still try to like chopstick it with his 2 gun hands? He could've
I
just-
don't know.
I like how we get visuals, but it's an audio podcast.
But people love it when we do it live. We're like, you guys get to see the things I do.
So anyway, Miles goes back to his office.
I forgot about the drink.
And he starts to angrily pull guns on his boss, who is giving. He goes there to talk to a friend about hacking into Nova's,
To help out, yeah.
Nova's phone, or getting that situation taken care
My
of.
favorite part is he makes him take the phone out of his pocket. And he's like, "Ooh, it's still warm from your thigh."
Right, the whole thing.
What was it? Get it out of your pocket. Get it. No.
And the boss comes over there and starts giving him a shit again, and he just loses it and starts slinging his guns and everything, which I think is wonderful.
Yeah,
That was a great
It was a
scene.
wonderful scene.
He came out of his shell a little bit.
Right. And then Nick shows up and suddenly guns down Xander. Yay!
The boss.
The boss, and starts shooting up the office. So Miles escapes in a stolen car.
Before he escapes, my favorite part of that of the shoot 'em up scene is that his buddy who was helping him with the hacking
Oh, God, yes,
shoots
this is
her
funny.
in the face with a Nerf gun.
Yes. That's hilarious.
And then all the people watching are like, "I love Nerf gun guy."
Right. Yeah, so keep in mind, while all this is going on, a whole entire online community is watching this live.
It's like a weird Truman Show.
Yeah.
It is. It's very much like a bizarre.
This
Truman
would have
Show.
been a good time for us to talk about that thing that I did that we thought we'd forget.
You got to
Truman
talk
Show.
in the microphone, though.
I wrote about the Truman Show. Thomas was very proud of the fact that I knew what it was. I've actually seen it a few times. I really like that movie. And I was like, I tell you now on social media because I won't remember the next time we see each other. Boom. Would have remembered.
Real quick question: how old were you in 1999?
99? I was 10.
Oh, that's when I saw the Truman Show in the theaters.
Oh, I didn't see anything in theaters at 10.
I know. So old.
I was a baby.
I am so old.
Okay, so how old was I in 99? Pop quiz. Quick. Who's fast with math? Come on.
Math is my kryptonite, dear.
Are you talking about now or after your birthday?
I like our audience members have great answers, so anything you say is wrong from now on. I heard an 18 and a 22. We're going with that.
She was old enough to have Mackenzie. I got pregnant with Mackenzie at 17. She was 17.
I had been married and had 2 kids by then.
I was, let's see, 22. 21 or 22, depending on when it came out.
I'm sure I was in my 20s.
Yes,
somewhere.
you were.
I wasn't.
I had to think for. Well, I am.
You're slightly older than I am.
I am the oldest person in the room. And my birthday's
Tuesday. Yep.
So, listeners, just in case, so you can make sure you shout out happy birthday to me. When you're listening to this podcast, my birthday would have been on Tuesday.
Right, 2 days before. Yeah.
2 days before. So, there you go.
So you've already missed it. Rude.
But you can still say happy birthday. I'm all right.
Make sure you say belated.
All right. Miles escapes in a stolen car, and Nick chases him on her motorcycle. And then following a face-off where he again fails to reason with Nix, Miles calls Nova, but sees Richter kidnapping her. Da-da-da.
Oh, no.
Miles calls 911 and leaves his phone in a junkyard to summon the police. He then inadvertently interrupts a drug deal between 2 rival gangs.
Which was
He's
very funny.
really good at this whole thing and thinks through, though, in the moment,
He's
in a
really not
crisis
bad.
situation.
He's probably an online gamer anyway.
He's like, I got this. I'm going to call the cops. They're going to come find me. Boom, done.
There you go. So
Mr.
Nick
Gun Hands
shows up and starts gunning down thugs while trying to get to Miles. The cops arrive and arrest Miles, and while transporting him, DeGraves and Stanton explain their plan to use Miles as bait to lure Nix, whom they've been trying to capture for years. DeGraves reveals that Nix is his daughter. Ooh. Nix was driven criminally insane after Richter took revenge on DeGraves for taking down Richter's gang by blowing up his family's van. DeGraves managed to save Nix, but his wife and son died. Oh.
So they don't explain how she's criminally insane.
Apparently, she just lost her shit. From losing her mom and son.
Well, it's a very traumatic event.
Right. I mean,
son, mom and brother.
I'm not saying she shouldn't. It shouldn't be a traumatic issue. The criminal part I didn't get.
I don't know. Maybe she's been in the game so long and the act of killing people.
That's true.
I don't know.
She's really good at it.
Or maybe she was crazy beforehand and just pushed her over
the car
edge.
just was like sprinkles, man.
You've now you leveled up. You now get criminal insane.
That's right. So Stanton plays a video message in which Richter explains that Miles has 30 minutes to kill Nix, or else he will kill Nova. Miles recovers his phone from DeGraves.
Real quick, my favorite part of that is when he screams at the.
Oh, wait a minute! I missed a whole part here.
He screams at the recording and says, where is she? And he's like, no, it's a recording, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Here we go. I missed the whole part. So Stanton reveals he's a mole working for Richter when he shoots DeGraves in the head. There you go.
Damn, that wasn't
then
a whole part.
The video in which Richter explains blah blah.
That's like
blah.
half a part.
I know it's a little bit
more of a par.
Less of a. Miles recovers his phone from DeGraves' body. While coercing the gaming cafe patron into hacking Nova's phone to retrieve her location, Miles learns the Schism communities dubbed him Guns Akimbo, as he became the most popular player ever.
My favorite part of that scene is that when she asks for a selfie, he says sure, and then walks away.
I know, right? Sure. Miles arrives at Nova's supposed location to find Richter waiting. Richter taunts Miles by dumping Hadley's body down before driving away. Miles manages to secretly meet with Nix and tells her that Richter murdered her father and kidnapped his ex-girlfriend. In her rage and desire for revenge, Nix agrees to plan where they successfully stage a scene for Schism's broadcast camera drones.
Bum, bum, bum.
She seemingly guns down Miles, who is actually wearing a bulletproof vest he removed from DeGraves. Henchman, oh, this is funny, by the way. The part where afterwards he's like, I thought you were like, you're going to only shoot me one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little upset that he, gets shot multiple times. Where's the commentary? Where are you, Justina?
Oh, I'm making drinks.
Okay.
I'm doing my job.
You're awesome.
Libations.
All right. The henchmen recover Miles' body and transport him to the Schism hideout. Nix joins Miles as they take down Richter's henchmen, including Dane and Effie. Nix sacrifices herself by detonating a suicide vest that blows up Fuckface and the rest of Richter's men. I love Fuckface.
Fuckface is the donkey guy.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Nice.
I just want to say Fuckface because that's his name. Anyway, but the rest of Richter's men, so Miles can survive.
I like because he's wearing a S&M donkey mask, and they were like, you don't want to see his real face.
Yeah, actually,
that was funny.
I'm kind of like, I kind of do now.
He's actually really hot. He's very young, beautiful beautiful Viking man. Yeah.
Yeah, look there.
There you go. I'm just saying.
If I made a new Warlock movie, I'd cast him.
He was too pretty not to have a mask on.
Who all wants a drink?
I do.
Want to. Would you guys like a drink?
All right. So Miles can survive. Richter executes Stanton while making his way to the rooftop with Nova. At the rooftop, Richter keeps shooting Miles, but the latter determinately charges. Boy, this is written weird.
You're doing a great job.
It's Wikipedia, so it's.
I'm like, hold on. At the rooftop, Richter keeps shooting Miles.
With DeGraves' super gun.
Right. So, before the latter determinedly charges at Richter and ultimately throws him off the roof to his death. So Miles throws off Richter off the roof, but not before Richter tells Miles that Schism is spread worldwide and is becoming a global franchise. After Richter dies, Miles starts to collapse from massive blood loss because he's been shot multiple times, while imagining a romantic reunion with Nova, because chicks dig that kind of heroism.
Do they?
Heroism.
Heroism.
Right? Chicks dig that, right? No. However, Nova actually becomes frightened and goes into shock after seeing what Miles has turned into.
Which
I
is
would dig
fair.
it. Well, it depends on the girl. I would be like, that's cool as hell. But no, not Nova. She didn't like it.
I just like that they did that because usually, like, the person just runs to them and you're like,
yeah.
no one ever really thinks about, like, what if they went into shock? Like, they're just
Yeah.
like, oh, no, it's cool. You just killed somebody in front of me. It's
No,
fine.
She went into shock.
Okay, so my problem with that though is that the boy is all wounded up, and she did care about him, and so I think realistically she'd run to him first. He's wounded, and he's not gonna make it. It don't look good for him. I think she kind of pusses out when she goes into shock.
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm
She's
saying.
obviously not as strong as
So
he
I'm
is.
just saying I'm kind of being judgy on that.
I was the same way. It was like, she didn't seem like.
I was like, what kind of pussy bullshit is this?
It's not like
He deserves better.
Well, it's not
Okay.
like he chose
Harry
that
Potter
life.
does deserve better.
It's not like he chose the thug life. The thug life chose him.
Word.
So, but sometime later, Miles is scarred from his injuries, and while sitting in his car, he opens a file. He discovers a comic book written by Nova and learns that she's promoting Miles as a popular hero by writing a comic book based on their story.
At least she's still supporting him.
So she was, I guess, in the end, like, okay enough to think that he's a hero, but still didn't want to have anything to do with him.
Well, the comic book's about Nick's anyway.
Apparently, she never saw his wand.
Never judge a hero by his wand, Stephanie.
I'm just saying.
It's how he uses his wand, not the size of his wand.
I would be really disappointed. Disappointed.
I would be disappointed too.
Yeah, I am disappointed about Harry's wand.
I would be disappointed that if he had such a magnificent wand, he would not know how to use it.
I don't know if that's a class in Hogwarts.
That would be super sad.
Wand use 101. Just saying.
First is self-use.
Just because you have it doesn't mean you know how to use it.
Self-wanding.
That is a good thing, though, to bring up. That is a good point.
It's like it's healthy and natural to self-wand.
I love how we went back to the wand at the end of this.
Of course we did. It's you.
So with,
Scotty says it's you, but he's the one bringing it up a lot.
You know, I give the fans what they want.
So anyway, with schism spreading worldwide under new leadership, Miles commits himself to do everything in his power to destroy the entire criminal organization. The end, he becomes a badass, and it's pretty awesome.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
I have questions, but I'll wait for after the libation.
All right, so the sermon has ended, and it's now time for communion. So, Justina, what is our libation?
Okay, well, give me 2 seconds.
All right.
Go ahead and do your comments first.
Okay. Oh.
We'll do some. Well, how many comments do you have?
I have lots of comments.
Start with one.
Do a comment while she's
A comment.
while she's or I can do reverse and do bar trivia really quick.
Oh, I got comments first.
Okay, let me do some quick bar trivia because there wasn't a lot of that. While you're finishing mixing libations, we're getting to the comments.
You're fine now.
So bar trivia, just a few things. Samara Weaving, who plays Nyx, in real life has a Deathly Hallows tattoo because she's a big fan.
Richter the guy who played Richter was also in Deathly Hallows.
He was.
Wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah, a very small role, not worth mentioning. But he was technically in that movie.
He looked cool.
So there was a movie playing on Miles's TV when he and Nyx are in his apartment having the shootout. Who can tell me what it is? Anybody pay attention?
I did, but I don't remember. I looked at his room a lot, his house a lot, because he had nerd stuff everywhere.
His posters were Rambo, but I think it was. Can't remember.
It was Hard Target.
Hard Target, yeah.
Which is a
Jean-Claude
Van Damme movie about people being hunted for sport.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I wouldn't have known what it was.
Yeah, so that was cool. So Samara Weaving again, her. She occasionally would keep being stay in full costume after a long day of shooting and to go grab something to eat. And several times while going to diners, she was refused
Aw.
service because she made people too uncomfortable. So I thought that was interesting.
Sissies.
And there was a controversy about this film. Does anybody know what that is?
Oh. No.
So apparently, the director, Jason Lee Howden, got in trouble with some tweets that he made. So there is a film critic that gave some bad reviews, and he was targeting the film critic, accusing him of attempted murder of another film critic. And so it actually delayed the film's release.
Crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
Just make your movie and shut the fuck up.
I know. All right, our libation, is it ready?
Yes. Okay. So I have a couple.
Okay.
The first one I enjoyed for breakfast. Not gonna act like I didn't.
All right.
Because I was looking them up about the time that my coffee was brewing.
Okay.
It's called the Irish Gun Runner. Okay.
Nice.
And it is half a shot of Irish cream. Irish cream.
Queem.
I thought you said queef at first.
Queem. I definitely said queem. I did not say queef.
I'm sorry.
Half a shot of Irish cream.
Queem
half a
is
shot
my favorite
of
waitress
Irish
brand.
whiskey. Now I'm worried about my words. And then half a shot of orange liqueur or Grand Marnier.
That actually, Marnier. That sounds delightful, actually.
So you pour piping hot coffee into mug filled with the liquors, stir well, then top with sweet heavy cream. I had 2 cups of this morning, and it was fantastic.
That sounds delightful.
It was so good.
Queem sounds like to me like
Marriage with Queen.
like that too, or Elmer Fudd's like Queen cover band.
Oh my gosh!
Hello, everybody, we are Queen. Right. Is this the real wife? Is this just fantasy? Quiet no one's why.
Why don't we have this recorded? Why don't we? We need that
We are
video.
recording
No,
it,
like he
actually.
said, he's almost to a point where we're going to be video recorded.
That's amazing.
No escape from reality.
Next time we do karaoke,
we'll
keep
go
going.
Up to the sky and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay,
No, we waited. He kept going. Like
No, because I'm
belt
ready
it,
for
buddy.
my libation. What is our
Okay,
second libation?
so
Oh, by the way, our Jellicle Jester has went up to me and actually brought a libation into the studio.
Yes, I did.
I applaud her for that.
We have a studio. We can do that now.
We do have
Thank
a studio,
you, thank
actually.
you. With cut lines and everything. So I have one more that I found before we get to the one we're going to consume.
Will it top
Okay.
Queen?
It's called Loaded Pistol.
All right.
I did not make this one. You'll find out. So I'm gonna read it to you, but this is
Is
not
it complicated?
kind of.
Okay.
It's garnished with grasshopper salt.
All right.
So let's get through it. So it's 1.5 ounce mezcal.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys are
that's a
familiar with
smoky
that is?
tequila.
Okay. I knew it was a tequila because I looked it up.
It's smoky. It's very
I
smoky.
did not know
tequila.
beforehand.
Very good.
Yeah.
3/4 an ounce of sweet vermouth, 1/2 ounce of Strega.
I don't know what that is.
I looked it up too. The bottle just said Strega.
All right.
What you drinking?
Okay.
Strega.
It said a reduction.
Okay.
So Strega. 1
Strega.
dash of grapefruit bitters.
Okay.
Okay, so then all ingredients into a mixing glass with ice and stir for 30 seconds. 30. Don't do 60. That's over stirring. Gotta
30
make
seconds.
it not good. Strain into double old-fashioned glass over a large ice cube.
I have those at home.
Uno cube.
Because I drink old fashions
Yes.
at home, so I have the old fashioned cubes.
So the garnish is grasshopper salt. So I was like, well, what is this? Like I thought it might be a
up
brand.
grasshoppers.
It's ground up mother effing. So grasshopper salt in a blender. Add 1/2 cup of flaky sea salt. I was like, cool. I like sea salt. 2 tablespoons of dehydrated grasshoppers. Nope, not doing this drink. Set blender to pulse and blend for 7 to 12 seconds or until grasshoppers and salts are mixed well. Well mixed. I read it
actually
backwards.
sounds pretty tasty.
Toast with that.
I would drink it.
The grasshoppers
I love
got me.
grapefruit. Mezcal's good.
The rest of it did sound. I was like, okay, really fancy. Not making that for the show. Not doing that. Then I got to the grasshopper song. I was like, never having that actually.
I mean, grasshoppers are literally the cow of the nature world. I mean, more so than the cow.
They're actually. I mean, they're not bad.
Well, I guess
tasting.
crickets are. Crickets are more the cow because everything eats crickets.
They're
Everything.
crunchy. Well, if they're dehydrated, they're zero squish. They're just
and then you
crunchy.
blend it up with salt. But I don't think my brain could get past. Like it's
then
mental
we would
at this
just
point.
have to make it and not tell you what it is.
You're like, we'll just make it, put it on a blue milky drink,
Stephanie
wait
has
till
a new
you're
goal.
intoxicated, and you'll just drink it anyway.
Bloody Mary. And
Okay.
You'll never know.
I've actually started drinking those.
I know.
That's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. You'll
Okay,
never know.
I probably wouldn't. So what we are having right now, after I pass them out,
Yeah.
actually, if you'll just pass it around, they are called rum runners. So the rum runner is 1 ounce of spiced rum, 1 ounce of white rum, half an ounce of creme de banana liqueur.
There you
Banana
go.
cream. Half an ounce of blackberry liqueur. They didn't have a blackberry liqueur, so that's blackberry brandy. So I hope it's good. I haven't tried
It's
it.
going to
so.
be awesome.
1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of pineapple juice. I got an orange and pineapple juice mixed together.
That's awesome.
Half an ounce of lime juice, squeeze the lime in there, and half an ounce of grenadine. So I did mix all the liquors beforehand and then did not measure anything out when I poured it. So I think it's half liquor and then a
Half
dash
juice.
Well,
of
that's why I have a couch in here.
orange
So it's made
juice.
correctly.
So here, I hope it's good. But
And
that
I
is
have
what
a
we
very
are.
full glass, people, just so you're listening. And after this podcast, we're going for margaritas.
Yes,
so
we are.
Cheers to us.
Happy birthday! Early
Woo!
or late when we were
Woo,
recording.
this is why we also have an audience, because my friends are going to join us. Cheers.
It's good.
Oh, that's delightful.
Is it good? Okay,
That's
good.
really good. All right. All right,
Oh.
so we're going to do a quick screw, marry, kill
That's strong.
before Scotty gives us comments. Because fun facts falls under screw, marry, kill, and I couldn't find any. So that'll be a great time for Scotty's comments. So let's do screw, marry, kill.
Good.
We've got Miles, Nix, and Richter. Those are the choices
Okay.
I give you. There are no variations from this.
Okay.
Good. I'm terrible with names. Miles is Harry.
Yeah, Nix
Nix is the one
chick-
trying to kill Harry.
and Richter
then-
is the head of Schism.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can go first.
Oh, sure, please.
Okay, so Richter's got to go because Slimy, I don't want him touching me. He obviously isn't very stable, so we're not getting married. So he's dead. He's gone. Okay. Now, when it comes down to Harry and Nix, I feel like the sex would be much better with Nix. I don't care what his wand looks like. It doesn't matter. But I feel like she would be adventurous, and then Harry could take care of me. He's obviously crafty. Like, he managed to put together a whole thing. I go with him. We go kill people together. Bad guys. That's our
Awesome.
life.
Richter's got to go.
See?
Richter's got to
Dead.
go. Because, I mean, no offense to the actor, but that makeup it was just.
You want to take that to bed, Scotty?
No, I don't. I don't.
Take it to bed?
I mean, I
Take it to bed, Scotty.
already have testicles. I don't need to take a head testicle with me to bed. It just no. So he's gone. If you know my track record with women, I am attracted to crazy. So I guess I'm screwing Nix.
You can get my talkie seconds. It's okay. You can have it.
And crazy never works out. I mean, it doesn't.
So no attachments.
Again, look at my relationships. I always want crazy to work out, and it doesn't work out. So I guess me, Harry and his wand will go be secure together. I'll show him the ways of
You
my
can
wand,
feel
the
it while you guys
Slytherin wand.
spoon.
It's kind of nice.
You guys can have little lightsaber fights together. Is that a thing that dudes do?
You know,
I'm going to deviate a little bit between you guys.
she's totally fucking Richter.
I am. I'm fucking Richter. But
She can put a mask on him.
no. He's,
She can put that donkey mask on.
He's totally going to like fuck me from behind so I don't have to look at him. But I feel like it'll
That's how
be,
you don't get the coronavirus.
I feel like he would be really right. I feel like he'd be one of those guys that'd be really good at like grabbing you by the back of the head and just doing it really hard.
No, yeah.
Like it would be kind of like
You're
going to
need some time to heal afterwards.
Well, I mean, but I'm thinking that'll be a fun ride. gonna kill Nix because that's too much crazy for me.
Yeah, you can't.
That's the kind of crazy that I don't need in my life. So also, she's just intent on. I mean, she's dead. And I'm gonna marry Harry because he's a computer programmer, so he makes sweet money. And since I'm married to him, I'm eventually going to sample that wand.
That dude totally didn't make sweet money.
Huh?
I don't know if he made sweet money, but...
He has a potential.
He has a potential in making sweet money as a computer programmer. He just needs some incentive to, climb in his, company.
Climb. His swan climb. See what I did there?
You got fucked, Scotty.
I got fucked?
Thoughts.
I heard fuck too. And I was like, you guessed wrong, but we guessed the same?
I'm like,
I don't understand.
I got fucked. Is that the new segment she's created? Scotty, you get fucked. I'm
Scotty gets fucked.
It's a terrible segment name.
When you go back and edit this, can you please let me know if she said fucked and thought she said
did.
thoughts?
We'll have to.
I heard fucks. You got fucked,
I kind of want to hear
Scotty.
it now, too. Maybe that should be slowed down for
I
the...
got fucked.
I can hear thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
We definitely earned the explicit tag for this episode.
Well, because it has a name called Fuck. I love this film, by the way, but let me hear about your comments because it seemed like you were disturbed.
No, I wasn't. First of all, loved the movie. It was a great choice. I was skeptical going in. I thought it was going to be a fun little novelty. I loved it more than I thought I was going to do.
You know where I got the idea from?
Where?
While we were at Pensacon, I was sitting at the table, and I wish I could remember who it was, but somebody kept feeding me alcoholic beverages, Angela. So I can't really remember who it was, but somebody came up to us and says, "Oh my God, I saw your panels and it was great, but you guys really need to do this movie, Guns Akimbo."
Well, if you're listening out there, mysterious listener, we have now done Guns Akimbo.
We've done Guns Akimbo because I remembered.
My first question for you, ladies: did you relate to anybody in the movie, like hardcore relate?
Nerf gun.
I mean,
Nerf gun. Just kidding. I wouldn't second guess the whole pocket
I
thing.
related
I'd be like,
so hard that I knew I was not going to survive this movie.
I
interesting.
didn't. I mean, like,
I don't know. The
I
homeless
can
guy's
see
pretty
myself
cool.
as being badass as Nix without the crazy, or maybe being a little bit more like Richter is probably closer to me. I'm probably closer to Richter than anybody.
Guess?
No, I know who you're gonna. I want to guess.
Can you guess who I relate to?
Is it the guy at the very
guy?
beginning who was editing things and he was like, "This doesn't make sense for production," and then he killed him?
Yeah.
The director of Skis.
He's like,
directing
"No,
the
why
show.
would you do that? I don't want to follow him. We need to cut away." And he was like, "Do what I want." Pow, pow, pow.
And the whole time I'm like, why are we watching no action? Why? I'm screaming in my head. It's like, why are we holding? Because at this time,
God, I'm
Miles
so good.
is hiding in the clothing bin, and I'm just like, there's nothing happening here. So we need to either cut to commentary or cut to something. And the director's like the same. He's like, he's trying to cut, and the director's like, no, because Richter's executive producers, this is what executive producers do to directors. They just yell at them. And so and then he gets killed, and I'm like, oh, that's totally me. That's just,
Scotty died in the beginning.
I just died. I was like,
Scotty died in the beginning.
I will not survive this. What I really loved about this movie is its amazing soundtrack.
Oh, the soundtrack
The
is
music
so good.
in this film is so
I'm
good.
glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk about it and I wasn't really sure where to insert that, but the soundtrack is good. It's so good.
So good.
There's Cypress Hills in this, and there's a really good there's a really good cover of I have comments for that, but a really good cover of Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah, I love Ballroom Blitz.
There's a song I discovered called 3 Words I was listening to a lot last night. I really like. Mm-hmm. But there's a point in the movie. There's a fight between Nix and the big bearded henchman guy, and he has a hammer and he's just beating the shit out of her with a hammer. And the first thing he goes in there and he says, "Hammer time." But instead of playing "You Can't Touch This,"
Right.
they play "Super Freak,"
Right, which is
sampled in You Can't Touch This, which was hilarious. I thought was funny, and then I got thinking. I was like, you know what? I bet if I had money on this, I would bet that getting the rights to Super Freak was way cheaper
than
getting You Can't Touch This. And so
you think it came down to rights and not somebody in the background going,
100%.
"You'd be funny"?
I wish I had Drew here because Drew would back this up with me.
100%.
100%. In fact, so I went looking it up. When You Can't Touch This came out, Do you know where it debuted? And the top
had to have been pretty high.
Top 100 Billboard.
9.
That took off really quick.
Right. So where did it hit?
I'm saying it hit number 1.
It hit number 1.
Yeah.
And that was 1990.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was gonna say.
So 8 years earlier.
It's the year I graduated high school.
What year?
90.
Oh, I was a baby. I was still pooping and peeing on myself.
Me too when I was drunk.
That was just the other day. Don't judge me, Queen. So I looked up the Billboard Top 100 for Super Freak, which came out in 82 or 81. I think it's 82. Where did it end up at?
89.
When it
first released.
When it first released,
it was a hit. It's a hit. Rick James.
7.
It's 12.
12.
Wow. Not 89.
So 12.
Well.
So a number 1 hit costs way more money than a number 12 hit, and so I'm 100% sure that's what happened. They were like, "We're gonna get You Can Touch This," and they were like,
older. And I think as the older the song is, the less.
Sometimes
they're like
there's a little bit about that, but I think
it's a Beatles song, and then you're gonna pay out the ass for it.
Still,
Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis, you're gonna pay a lot for. Drew knows a lot about that because he had a lot of '90s stuff in Convergence.
I have a really good friend who does that kind of stuff he works for Disney in their music department, and he's a writer and composer of music.
That's cool.
But he also works on their royalties, and so he knows all about that.
So
gaining royalties and stuff.
I highly recommend the soundtrack. There's a Spotify soundtrack that has all the music on there, but there's Cypress Hill's on there. It's so good. It's great stuff.
It is.
I added a bunch of stuff to my list, so I had a blast. So the music is outstanding in this. So that was my comments. I just want to talk about the producer and music.
Cool. So are we ready to close the tab?
Let's close it.
So this was really difficult because A, it's a new movie, and B, it has technically it's only been released internationally because of the COVID-19 virus. So the money's a little off. I looked everywhere. It was crazy. I could not find what the budget was for this movie, but everywhere I went, it was low budget. If you can find it, find it. I looked. No, seriously.
I'm curious.
But internationally, it opened on February 27th, 2020 is when it opened. What do you think it made internationally?
$15 million.
Now, mind you,
keep in mind. I'm not looking yet because it's the two places are in the same place. So
keep in mind COVID-19. So that messed up this film's release.
$9 million.
I say 110,000.
Millions. We're going millions, baby. Harry Potter.
820,726.
Almost $1 million. Not 9 though.
Right. So it's because of the virus. So it basically is now streaming. That's how you can watch it, like on streaming services, which is how I watched it. Amazon. Yay.
Redbox.
So the countries that it was released in was Hungary, Iceland, Lithuania, Portugal, Ukraine, Australia, New Zealand, Russia, and South Korea. Which country do you think made the most money for this movie, had the largest release amount?
I would like to say New Zealand, but I think that would be too easy, so I'm going with Russia.
Oh. Hungary.
Russia is correct. And what amount do you think it made in Russia?
$600,000. 600. It's got to be most of it.
241,540 actually.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty evenly spread between the other countries, but Russia definitely way more than everybody else because Russians are sick motherfuckers, and they like this kind of stuff. So there you go. So that's really all the financials I could find on this movie. It's like I said, it being a new movie and with the COVID-19 virus, it's really hard to track down.
Oh yeah, but it's understandable.
All this information on a new movie. So rankings, it's too new to pull up rankings and all of that jazz. So there we go. Anyone have any final comments about Guns Akimbo?
No, my whole thing was a hot dog.
The hot dog?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking to see if I can find the budget real quick.
Good luck, because I looked on several different sites.
I believe you.
Like By the Numbers, I think is one I looked. I looked at the one you told me about. I had a hard time.
How's it going being back at work?
I've never quit. Except for my surgery. I've been back at work for like 3 or 4 weeks now. You know, I went back against my doctor's wishes 2 weeks
said
after
that.
surgery. So I've been back a hot minute. But it's good. Monday, I actually have my appointment where I'm supposed to be released to do whatever I want to do.
So
which I've kind of already been doing. So that'll be my final.
We talked a little bit last time. You were having some pain because of. So how are you doing this week?
I finally called the doctor and found out. Funny thing, there was this medication that I was supposed to be taking the whole time that I have not been taking since before the surgery because I'm not a doctor and I thought it was a pain man. It was like I thought it was an as needed thing, but it's actually a pill for nerves to help your nerves communicate correctly once they've been damaged.
I like how she prefaces this with, I'm not a doctor.
I'm not. So I didn't know. I thought it was like, for pain management. It's not. So they said, well, are you still taking blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, well, no, I haven't taken that since before. You're supposed to take that 2 months straight after surgery to get all your nerves like, oh my God, okay. So needless to say, once I started taking the medication I was supposed to be taking, I'm golden.
Good.
It's amazing how that when you do what the doctor tells you to do, it's amazing how much better you feel. So I'm good. Actually,
she's over here like, I've been doing the things I want to do already, but I'll be cleared on Monday.
I'm talking about medication-wise, but what I'm saying is I am well. I am
good.
95%, I would say.
Woo. Get it, Roboto.
That's right. I only crave brains 10% of the time.
Hey,
brains and motor oil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a soy sauce up on there.
So
I will say, just
Patricia's good.
To follow up on things of my nature, we've shaved the deck bush. So
you've shaved the dick bush?
Deck bush is gone.
The dick bush.
Deck bush. Although it
bush
was
deck.
Dig Bush's deck bush. So
I think we actually.
it was a bush deck.
Yeah, bush deck.
It was a bush deck.
You shaved the bush deck.
I did this game. Yeah, bush deck is gone.
Yeah,
so now it's just a dick.
Yes, with a random different colored railing in the middle, so it's a spotted dick.
A spotted dick. Is it? How does it compare to Daniel Randcliff's wand?
Nothing compares to it.
I didn't see it, so I politely
looked away.
Like I do with the deck now. I'm like, different color.
Let's
That's
go
not
back
my
to
deck.
the wand and how, I just have to make this clear that I'm an equal opportunity. I got to look at somebody naked person. So while watching Spartacus, I'm going back to Spartacus because there was gratuitous wands and also gratuitous women, full frontal nudity, both men and women. I was also very excited to see Lucy Lawless naked because naked Xena is amazing. That's all I got to say about that.
There's naked women in it?
Oh, there are tons of naked women.
I will say, we watched The L Word. We started that show.
Have you ever watched Xena, Warrior Princess?
I have not.
But do you know the
I know
show?
I do.
Okay,
I'm
Lucy
aware.
Lawless is one of the stars of Spartacus, and she is naked.
So what I was going to say with The L Word, though, I did not politely look away in that one. So
there's.
I would assume there would be no wands though.
Oh, there wasn't wands.
Men and women.
No, there was. There was. There's a heterosexual couple in there, but I don't know if you see anything.
The wand.
They're still like naked, but I don't think you see anything below the waist.
My favorite.
You do want a woman.
My favorite episode of Spartacus, and I can't remember the episode. I just have
this episode is about Spartacus. Brought to you by Spartacus.
I remember that all the gladiators had worked really hard training that day, and they go to the. They
each got a cookie for
were they trying to sweat?
The gold star.
The way the gladiators would bathe
is like, you're the best gladiator here.
They would rub like oil
I'm going to give you a sticker that says you're grape.
Then they would take this little thing and scrape the dirt and oil off of them. And so for like a good 10 minutes, all these beautiful, bulky, naked gladiators are standing there glistening with this oil, scraping all the dirt off of them with all of their wands.
So, perchance, did you happen to research the oil needed for this and purchase it for Jamie?
It's probably olive oil. I don't give a crap.
I'm sorry to correct, Madam. I'm sorry to correct you, but those are not wizards. So they're not wands; they're swords.
The swords.
There you go. They're swords. They're
The swords.
He had to get fancy for it too,
and they
my
were
dear.
made from Damascus steel.
The steel sword.
I'm just
fleshiest
saying-
Damascus steel we can
I'm just
find.
saying that scene right there and the whole entire 4 seasons of The Gladiator was my
Hell,
favorite.
when it's flaccid, it's a mace.
I was like, oh,
You just
shit.
gotta swing it around and it whops someone in the fucking face.
So anyway,
And it was at this moment that she turned to her husband and said, "We now bathe in oil."
Bring forth the peanut oil.
I assumed it was olive oil because
The EEOV.
grapeseed oil. Okay,
EVBO?
whatever. Grapeseed oil.
Extra virgin.
I don't care.
Olive
I don't care what kind of oil it was.
There's a bunch of letters that go together. I don't know.
All I know is that's a hell of a way to bathe. I like it.
I wonder if
It
it
would be
works.
so slippery, though.
Yes, it
slippery.
would.
Yeah, but see, here's my problem: is that I think about afterwards, and you're getting out of all that, and my next, I slip on and just crack my head on this, and I'm dead.
And I'm thinking there would be no afterward. I would be in that room forever with all of those men naked, scraping the oil off of them.
They just take breaks, keep
See,
it cycling.
See, I'm having the different experiences hanging out with the dudes and be like, "So, what's up?"
Well, they were so
Gotta be like,
casual
"Can you
about
get the
it."
spot on
They
my back,
literally
please?"
were so
Like,
casual
yo.
about that shit.
So, how's Gladiator fighting for you? I totally got you on my fantasy team. Good luck, brother.
So this episode is brought to you by Swords and Wands.
That's what I wanted to call. I wanted to call our thing instead of Justina and Scotty speak. I wanted to call it Sabers and Wands. Now I don't. So, now I'm glad we went a different way with that.
Oh my God! Yes, because you can imagine how people would take that.
Oh yeah, I'm over it.
All right, guys. This is our contribution to the multiverse.
You're
Go
welcome.
out and
You're
make
welcome.
yours.
Bye.
Queen.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.